Hi there. In this video, we'll take a look at how we can insert an index into a document. So basically the steps in inserting an index into a document is you find the words that you want to be listed in the index, and then you insert the index. And a table of contents is basically a chronological listing of topics throughout a document. You can think of an index as an alphabetical list of topics throughout a document. And generally you find keywords and then you add those words to the index. So people can look up a particular subject in the index and then find the page number and then go and find it. So it's another reference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close my styles. I don't need that anymore. And go to page width. So I'm still using the document I used last. Actually, I'll go to 100% here. There we go. And I'm just going to higgledy-piggledy mark a bunch of keywords that I would, if you're writing this article yourself, you'll have a better idea of what keywords people might want to look up. But I'm just going to grab some random words to be in the index. In real life, of course, you'd be quite a bit more specific. You'd want particular words to be in the index. So I'm going to say maybe grocery bags. So I select grocery bags, and then I go to references, and then I choose mark entry. The mark entry dialog pops up. Now this doesn't work quite the same as other dialogues. Once we mark something, this thing will not disappear. Notice it doesn't have a OK, apply, cancel buttons here. So it's not like a regular dialogue. So I'm going to mark grocery bags, and we have a couple of options here. We have mark or mark all. So if grocery bags appears maybe on page 1 of an article, or page 1 of a document I should say, and then maybe page 6, and then maybe page 11, you would want to use mark all. But if grocery bags was repeated maybe 8 times on the same page, you wouldn't want to choose mark all, you would just choose mark. So if you use mark all, if it, for example, repeated 8 times on the same page, you would have, if it was, for example, page 3, you would say grocery bags page 3, grocery bags page 3, grocery bags page 3, 8 times in your index. So basically, if the keyword is sprinkled throughout the document, mark all. If it repeats a lot on one page, you just want to mark. I'm just going to use mark for all of my examples. So notice when I mark something, it turns the show hides on. I'll turn them off so you can see that happened. It put this little XE with squiggly brackets, and then put the actual thing I had selected inside of that, XE squiggly brackets. So if you want to remove something from the index, you just delete that stuff. So notice there's no unmark. You just remove that non-printing character. So I'm going to mark reusable bag. I'll just do this quickly 10 times, just with whatever text. So I'm just going to quickly fast forward after I've done it 10 times. Sorry, there's one other thing I need to show you. So reusable bag. I select reusable bag. Now what I have to do, since this dialog, it's no longer active, but if I click on the title bar, you see reusable bag pops in there. I'll do it one more time here. So I'm going to mark that, and maybe plastic bags. So again, to mark it, since that dialog is still up, I just click on the title bar, pops it in there, and I'll choose mark. Let me just do that a couple more times here, just so you can kind of get an idea of that. I will maybe family. Click on that, pops in, mark, painting, pops in, mark. Can liners. I'm just, again, higgledy-piggledy picking out keywords. So I'm going to mark a bunch of these and then we'll insert the index. Alright, I've marked a bunch. I'm just going to mark a couple more and then I'll insert my table of contents. I'm sorry, my index. Happiness. Again, I'm choosing my title bar and then choosing mark. Click on it, pops in, mark. Pops in, mark. All right. So your index, you generally want to put that at the end of the document, and unlike the table of contents, the word index does not get created for us. We have to add that ourselves. So I'm going to close my mark index entry. I'm going to go to the end of the document, so you can use Control End if you like. I'm just going to go to the very last paragraph here. I'm going to press Enter. I'm going to type in index, and I'm going to make that a level 1 heading. So we have a page break before all of our level 1 headings. So you'll see it pops down onto its own page. I press Enter, and then I choose References. I choose, let me just make this bigger so we can see what's going on. So under the index here, we have Insert Index. So I'm just going to make that smaller again, so it's just this little icon here on the index section. Insert index, I click on that, and then it asks me what kind. I like the, under here, I like the formal. That's my favorite index to use. Generally, I don't like formal stuff, but when it comes to indexes, I think they work quite nicely. Notice that by default, it's giving you 2 columns. Generally, indexes are displayed in columns, unlike tables of contents, and that's just fine with me. I like 2 columns as well. So I'll go ahead and OK. That takes all of the words that I selected and marked. And notice I used mark all for bacteria, so it showed me a number of pages that bacteria exists on. So that's basically an index. Again, the steps to create one of those is to mark the text that you want to be in the index, and then go to the place where you want to insert the index, generally at the end of the document, and then insert the index. Thanks so much for watching.